What's up, Broketographers? Brian here again with the Broketographers, and I just had a quick update on the newest release of the Hasselblad Phocus software. This is version 3.3. I think the previous version was 3.2.2 or 3.2.3 or something. So this is a major upgrade and a couple minor changes, but one of them is actually really big and actually makes a huge speed increase to the way the program works. So you can see here that it loads pretty quickly at 100% because now it uses GPU acceleration to preview the images and also the edits and everything like that, as well as using GPU for exports. So exports for your TIFF files, your PSD files, or your JPEG files will be much quicker. Now the computer I'm using this on right now is a monster of a computer, 128 gigs of RAM, M2 SSDs, 980 Ti, and an 8-core 16-thread Intel processor. So even before this update, loading an image at 100% was pretty slow actually, and one of my actual pain points with the program is that it was slow to load even on such a monster computer. On something less than this, I can only imagine it would be a nightmare. So GPU acceleration is one of the big things that they changed with 3.3, and you can see it's instant and immediate. Even when scrolling around, it's pretty quick and snappy. Whereas before it would be a lot slower. So that's actually one thing that I'm really happy for with this update. Another thing I think they added, I have the change log up right here. So right here it says new features in 3.3: extended GPU usage for exports and 100% view. While previous releases had used GPU acceleration for processing directly related to the viewer, this release adds the option to use it for exports and also speed up the viewer at 100% and above. Improvements made in this release have most effect on higher ISO images, where you may see export times being reduced by a factor of more than 3, but even for low ISO images you should see clear improvements, and I'm already seeing that right here with the preview. When clicking into 100% previously, I'd have the little spinning wheel and it would take a while even on a computer like mine, which is actually really powerful. And it says the feature requires a compatible GPU and you'll need to run macOS 10.2 or 10.12 or later. This is 3.3 is also a PC update. I'm running on PC right now, so 3.3 is available for both Mac and PC. It says other viewer speed improvements. Apart from the extended GPU usage, which also benefits viewer performance at 100% or above, there's also other changes made that helps preparing the 100% image even before you zoom. So I'm assuming that's kind of like happens in the background, kind of like smart previews in Lightroom. And it says a few other enhancements will also improve export speed regardless of whether extended GPU usage is active. Sorry. One of the other big changes in 3.3 is Broncolor flash control. So I think it's a separate module. It says here a new tool named Braun Control has been added, and it will not appear by default but can be added manually from the list of tools. The Mac will need to be on the same Wi-Fi network as the flash system. Again, I don't have any Wi-Fi capable flashes. I don't have a Cirrus or Cirrus L or a Scoro Wi-Fi pack. So that's really of no use to me, but I can see how that will be infinitely useful for people that have those lights and tether in studio with Focus and want to have their digital tech or an assistant control all of the flashes from within Focus. So that's an awesome thing, and something that's actually been in Capture One, I think, for Pro Photo lights for a while. Of course, Pro Photo, you'll need to have the USB adapter, the USB Air adapter or something like that to be able to do that, but I believe Capture One can do that with Pro Photo lights as well. So Braun Control in Focus is actually really cool. It says here, once a system has been detected, the list of groups will be filled out. Basically, you can select either group in the left-hand list or a single lamp in the right-hand list and change intensity and modeling light on or off for the selected lamps. The intensity of a selected lamp or group may also be changed using left and right cursor keys. Holding down Shift while changing intensity will change in one-stop increments. If you're using enterprise mode, meaning that the lamps are connected to an existing Wi-Fi network, Phocus will ignore the studio setting on each lamp, meaning that all lamps will be shown regardless of the studio number. So I can see how that would be useful, I guess, in multiple sets, or if you want to control all lights centrally, maybe from a single location. Of course, you can do that when all the lights are assigned to a single studio, but that's a much bigger project than I've ever been involved in. So I not really sure of the use of that, but I'm sure it's useful. It says, do note the functionality integrated in Phocus is not meant to totally replace the standard Braun Control software. You will still need this for things like defining enterprise configurations and handling more advanced features. A couple other small additions to 3.3 Phocus: add support for the XCD 120 lens, which is the new macro lens for the X1D, and also adds X as a shortcut to the Keystone All Guides tool button, and also includes various minor bug fixes. So if you're a Hasselblad shooter, or if you use Phocus to process your photos, definitely check out Phocus 3.3. It's much quicker. It's a free download on the Hasselblad site, so you can find that in the link down below, and we will see you in the next video.